në shenjë vlerësimi për Shqipërinë për shtrahimin e hebrenjve. I pranishëm kryeministri Rama, I cili po mban fjalën e tij aktualisht.
The bunker is really reminiscent of a modest, small-scale Yad Vashem. Inside the staircase, beneath photographs of the thousands of Albanians murdered by our North Korean-style regime in the middle of Europe, neon letters spell out Primo Levi's words. Those who forget their past are condemned to relive it. I bring it here not to make any impossible parallelism between the horrendous large-scale extermination of millions of Jews by the Nazi regime and the tragic deaths our communist regime inflicted to thousands of innocent people who were declared enemies of the people, but simply to say to all of you that we Albanians know both the unparalleled pain of the grave wounds of history and the unparalleled need to never forget their causes. We are both small nations in size and numbers, but immense in spirit. By the way, I was very happy to know the Jewish population in Israel has reached 10 million, because I believe that every newborn Jew is a bless, not only for Israel, but for the world, whose debt towards Jews can never become a clean sheet. But going back to the immensity of our nation's spirit, I must quote here my late great friend Shimon Peres, who once said the spirit cannot be burned in the ovens. Yes, it always prevails. And let me tell you my firm belief that both our spirits may be tested in small or big ways, time and again, by the controversies of our actual and future history. But at the end, they will always prevail, and our small nations will come out stronger after every test. There is a profound history that binds our people together. Certainly the most well-known chapter is the Holocaust, when Albania became the only European country not to hand over a single Jew, and the only one where the post-war Jewish population grew 20 folds in size. While fleeing out from other countries to escape death, Jews were flying into Albania to protect their lives under the steel-strong promise of our Besa, the sacred word of honor that is given to another person or family and which is protected by the giver with his life itself. But our shared legacy extends over centuries, and throughout those centuries, the size of our land has never limited nor the vastness of our dreams, and either the length of our opened arms towards the Jews. Dear friends, in writing this speech, which I felt both as a special privilege and as a big burden of responsibility, I've tried to be loyal to a Jewish tradition, to begin with the downside and then to conclude on an upbeat note of hope and confidence. But before I address the complex questions you have bestowed, let me take a moment to appreciate the sukkah you have built around me tonight. It feels incredibly special to receive this tribute, and I'm not sure at all I can take it as me, myself, but I'm 100% sure that I can take it as a tribute to the Albanian people and Albania, which was good at the Jews since the beginning of times. The Talmud says what comes from the heart goes to the heart. That's the warmth and kinship I feel so deeply today into this beautiful little representation of the great Jewish community. Toda Rabba to all of you. Faleminderit. I bow myself in gratitude. I know, of course, that unspoken protocols require a leader when receiving a gift or a tribute to downplay it and dedicate the honor to its people. But trust me, it is not that at all when I say that without the Albanian people, our gold heritage, and our religious hospitality, none of this would have been possible. Nevertheless, I am not a traditional leader, or at least I hope to not have become one. So I must add in full sincerity that yes, I'm genuinely delighted, also in the personal level, to receive this tribute. As a true believer in the idea that being a leader should not be an impediment to speak your mind, I believe that Elie Wiesel was right when he said there are no coincidences in the history of the Jewish people. My presence here and the long-age relationship between our countries are certainly not coincidences. Now, to say it all modestly, modesty is not my main strength, but I promise that this is all you will hear about me tonight. From here on, let me speak about us hoping that, as Lord Rabbi Jonathan Sachs put it, when we move from the politics of me to the politics of us, we discover those life-transforming, counterintuitive truths. The truths that a nation is strong when it cares for the weak, that it becomes rich when it cares for the poor, and that it becomes invulnerable when it cares about the vulnerable are absolutely fundamental. But I would like to uncover here as well the power of a nation when it cares about its friendships. Besides the tribute, what makes me proud tonight is that the warmth of friendship I feel here among you is fantastic and undoubtedly reciprocal.